Hello everyone, welcome back to another video and another market review. So I'll be going over the trading day today. Yeah, so starting off, today was a nice win, so I'll be going over what I was seeing. Today's Wednesday, and we had only FOMC meeting minutes at 2 p.m. So I would still be hopping on my charts at around 9 a.m. Now when we go to the analysis side of things, still keeping in mind this monthly fair value gap, how it's supporting price higher. We've been getting a pretty nice bullish reaction from here, so this makes me think we could see all-time highs, at least on this higher time frame monthly chart. Just based on the way we're reacting to this internal range liquidity, we could expect external range liquidity. So now going down to the daily. So this is before market open, and I just got to my charts and I saw this huge candle, and I just knew something was up. Trump must have said something, and sure enough, he did. He said they're going to do a ceasefire, so the market responded really bullishly, and we had this huge, like, almost 900 point expansion overnight. Granted, it is kind of in the direction I was expecting, so this is only, playing to the narrative. Overall, this daily chart is, looking pretty bullish. We inverted this daily fair value gap, which was a key level before, and then we tapped it back into it and supported from it, and now we're just ripping higher. So on the daily chart, when this candle closes as well, that means I'll have a new range on the daily. On the daily, I'm also leaning bullish. Now, when we get to the intermediate term time frame, we can see that we've invalidated the previous week high SMT that we had yesterday and earlier this week. And we also, and we saw that previous day low SMT from yesterday, and price has now shot up really aggressively. Also, we have supported nicely from this new week opening gap. So, displaced higher, and now we're at a really high premium of this range. And as you can see, we have this huge untapped fair value gap on the 90-minute chart. So this is something I have my eye on. Even though my high time frame and intermediate term time frame is technically bullish, what I'd be most interested in is taking a retracement play back into this fair value gap. So, we hit a lot of external range liquidity, so now we could expect price to come back to internal range liquidity in the form of the fair value gap. But since we don't have a previous day high nor previous week high SMT, I would need at least a previous session high SMT and a 5-minute previous 90-minute high SMT. I need at least some form of a stacked SMT to get in on this idea. So then when we go to the 50-minute chart, we can see that we do have a previous session high SMT. NQ failed to close above previous session high, while ES and YM did close above it. So that is our 15-minute high SMT. So, all in all, looking at today's game plan, what is the bias for today? It's short-term bearish into the 90-minute fair value gap. This one over here, this big one that I was referencing. What would be the invalidation of my bias is if we invalidated this previous session high SMT, because if we invalidated this SMT on the highs, then I wouldn't have a stacked SMT framework to look for lower prices. And then when am I looking to trade? That's 9 in the morning. And where in price will I look for a trade? So what I'll need to get in would be a previous session high SMT and a previous 90-minute high SMT, those stacked together for me to enter a short trade. So yeah, that's it. So when we go to the 5-minute chart, we can see that right at the open, we did get that 5-minute SMT with NQ and ES failing to take out previous 90-minute high, while YM did take it out and closed above it. So when we got this kind of like this bearish move right here, I entered on the candle closure, and I was targeting that 90-minute fair value gap for around 1.8R. So yeah, so that was it. And so when it comes to the management side of things, targeting only the 90-minute fair value gap because we also had a previous session low SMT, and because the market had moved so much today, I didn't want to kind of like get greedy with targeting. So my full target would be just this 90-minute fair value gap. As you can see, when I entered, price moved quite nicely in my favor, and because this is all like low resistance run of liquidity, I want to see price like continue to push aggressively. I brought stops to break even at around here, almost got stopped at break even, but then price kind of held and continued lower. Then I trailed stops to this swing high, which is practically break even, and I just held it, and then I hit final TP around here, as you can see, 90-minute fair value gap, and took profits here. And I can show you the right. So on the day, it's $1,777. So yeah, that's the trade for today. As you can see, the idea kind of played out. We went from external range liquidity back into internal here. We kind of went like that back into the fair value gap, and now maybe we could see price support from here and just go higher, really. So yeah, that's about the analysis for today. Nice win. One thing that I could do better next time is that I was a little late to find out about the 15-minute high SMT. At the start of the day, I didn't think I was going to trade because I didn't have a previous day high SMT. And then I noticed a little bit, too close to the time that we had a stacked 15-minute and 5-minute SMT, which is also valid to look for a retracement. So yeah, that's about it. And hope this was insightful, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.